So I think I should get started since I was running late and I don't want to keep y'all here forever. Everybody knows me, you know that I'm Shannon, and you know that I write about sensuality and, from my perspective of being a Black queer femme person and on my healing journey. And I wanted to host this live as a challenge to myself and to celebrate the launch of Little Altars, which is my ebook about some rituals that you can use to um, just use in your everyday life to invoke some sensuality, preferably without a partner, but you can do that with friends and partners if you would like. Um, I wrote this like last year, actually, and I was so confused about it. And I was like, I don't know if anybody fucking wants this and if anybody's interested in it, but I decided to take a chance on myself this year and put it out finally, and I'm super excited to share it with you all. And so this workshop is just a little taste of what you'll get in the ebook, and I wanted to kind of workshop it with you all and see how it goes. So to start, I think that we could do like a grounding ritual where we just take some deep breaths. We put our hands over our heart and we want to let's do 4 deep breaths in for 5 count and out for 5 count. And you're going to hold for as long as you need. So I'm going to start. Breathe in, hold, and breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. And breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to hold and breathe out. 1, 4. Breathe in, hold, and out. Last one. And out. So I just wanted to start out with grounding us. I know for me, I have a little bit of the jitters being here, but that's what life is about. And just finding ways to ground ourselves. I keep telling myself that this is everything that I'm doing is like a space for curiosity and not expecting myself to be perfect. So my next kind of thing that I had in the ebook is, awakening of the senses, and we'll do that for approximately 15 minutes. And here you can either do it, thanks, Sean. You can either do it for, like where you're at, um, or you can write about it. I won't be writing about it. I'm gonna try to do it in front of you guys. But I want you to move through your 5 senses. Um, and we're going to start with sight. So, first, I want you to find something nearby and describe it in sensual terms. So, we're talking about like how it makes you feel, the feelings it invokes, and what senses that it stimulates in you. And so, we can do that for maybe 2 minutes. So, like, here I have my glass of wine, which I probably shouldn't be drinking this much. I have other things to do, but every time I smell it, it kind of punches me in the face. It's a dark red, and it's kind of bitter and spicy, but I like that, and kind of reminds me of me. I do have a bowl of strawberries. Hi, Denise. Here, and their texture is smooth but also a little bumpy. They're cold, so they alert me. things like that. That's kind of how I want you to approach this prompt. Hi, Denise. What we're doing right now is just writing through our senses. And so our first sense is sight. And so I want you to write something to just, you're going to look at the things around you and you're going to describe them using sensual words. And if you're done with that, you can hit the hearts. And I'll give you your next prompt. If you're ready, I'll give you your sound prompt. So I'm going to turn up the volume a little bit for this song that's playing. And I want you to just kind of vibe with it and write a sentence or two about the feeling that it evokes in you. Awesome. I'll repeat that again. So for this prompt, I want you to listen to the song that's playing right now, that's going to play, and write a sentence or two about the first thoughts, first feelings that it brings up in you. And I will share this playlist after, so don't worry. Thanks. I'm a huge music girly. I come from a musical family, so music is very important to me. So every time for me, and I hear music like this, it always just reminds me of like how much I loved dancing growing up, and how I always wanted to be kind of grown and sexy growing up. It always made me feel so cool and sophisticated, and I'm happy to say that I think that I grew up to be a cool and sophisticated person. Whenever you guys are ready, you can hit those hearts again. Yay! All right, great. So here's the fun part I'm excited about. We're going to talk about taste, of course. And I don't know if you all read my little primer thing for the live. Oh, about the ebook. So the ebook is my set of rituals that I have actually used and developed some new ones to help me come back to myself after some not so great experiences in life and reclaim my person and my sensuality that I think has always been there, but allowing myself to slow down and feel pleasure. I think we as adults and in general, we just don't give ourselves enough pleasure in life. And I wanted to talk about pleasure as away from sex. I think always reading stuff about pleasure and sex, and I'm interested in that, but not fully interested enough to make that my whole platform and whole thing. So I wanted to talk about how we can talk about pleasure in adulthood, and especially as Black bodies. I'm neurodivergent, and how I experience that, it's very different. Like the lighting is pink, like that feels great to me. Yeah, and food is really important, and all the other senses that we need um, to access in order to feel good. And that's made me feel a lot more confident and in my being and in relation to others to be able to say no and to say, no, I like this person or I like this thing. So I'm gonna fuck with that. And I'm just hoping that my experience and what I've learned on this healing journey can help other people as well. I'm so glad y'all are rocking with it. It took me a while to just say, fuck it, I'm just gonna post this. And Thanks, Jackie, for coaching me through this. This is the first time I've ever done a live ever on any social media, so it's a bit strange for me. I'm used to like public speaking in like classes and meetings and stuff, but on camera to people is a bit weird when I can't see their reactions. But that's a little bit about little altars and my inspiration behind it. Um, So for the next sense, thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I'm actually very self-conscious about my voice. I always feel like it's very childish, like very young sounding. I always get mistaken for a young person. And I'm like, no, I'm 30. Yep, believe it or not. Um, but I appreciate that, Jackie. Um, so for taste, if you do have access to a snack or you want to go get one, feel free to do that, or you can just journal about it. But I want you to write about, something like a treat of yours that's like your favorite thing and how it makes you feel the minute that you bite into it. Um, for me, it's usually chocolate, but I don't have any chocolate today. And that always just gives me this warm feeling inside. I feel very calm and like at ease when I eat chocolate, specifically dark chocolate. And I did talk about this in a previous post. So if you want to read about that, um, you can go do that. But I want to give y'all a minute to kind of think and reflect on your favorite snack, your favorite treat, whatever it is, and how that makes you feel in that first bite, what it reminds you of, can remind you of another person you love, a moment, just how it makes you physically feel. And don't be scared or shy to share anything in the chat. I'd love to read what y'all are kind of thinking and writing about. As for me, I do actually have strawberries. I'm a little weird about eating on camera, but oh well. Wow, it's actually sweet. It's not a shitty strawberry for once. Agreed, Stephanie. And especially, I'm a single lady, and I've been single for a while now, and celibate for a while. If Nisha is here, um, I talked to her about. I read her piece about not having no sex in like 2 years. And I was like, girl, it's been 10 for me. So I, basically be a born again virgin. It's it's rough, but yes, yeah, I'd be blowing my own back out, and I have fun, but sometimes it doesn't beat that human connection that we all need because we're just connecting human beings. We need that, but I think it was really important for me to learn how to find pleasure for myself. Hi, Cheryl. Yeah, thank you, Mandisa. It's hard. Yeah, I've been given many opportunities, but it just never worked out. They weren't the right person and what I needed, and I didn't want to give up my essence, my body for something that I knew wasn't really gonna fulfill me in the way that I needed it to. So I'd rather be single and celibate than and happy with myself than giving it out to somebody who has sense. But anybody who's just jumped in, we're writing through our senses. We're trying to awaken our senses. Um, we are right now on the sense of taste, and we're writing about our favorite treat, snack, whatever, food, in that first bite and what feeling it invokes in us. Um, if you don't know me, I'm Shannon. I write about sensuality and a lot of other things around culture and sensuality as a Black queer woman with neurodivergence, and how we can invoke pleasure in our life by ourselves and aside from sex, and how that can build up confidence and allow us to establish boundaries a bit better, actually know what we want. What have we been saying? Yes, watermelon was like my favorite thing growing up. It's just so good, especially when it's just the right amount of crunchy and it's super sweet. So good. Denise says, I taste the strained grain of the purest spirit from the shelf. It's lifting me from this reality into a realm I used to frequent, yet free this time. I love that. We got poets in here. I'm always so impressed by y'all's writing. I wrote a lot more academic stuff in the last few years, so I'm trying to find my own voice again in prose and in poetry. So y'all are constant inspirations for me. All right, if we're done with the taste prompts, we can go to touch. You can hit the hearts to let me know. Jackie says, chocolate brownies with caramel and walnuts get me. The way it melts in my mouth and crumbles in my hand. Yeah, it's very tactile situation, right? Okay, great. Touch. I'm wearing my touch. I want y'all to find something that's close to you, or you can write about that you love the texture of it. Sometimes some people love smooth stone. I'm a plush girl. Yeah, girl, we're trying to you could get lit, please. I'm right there with you guys. This is like 15% alcohol in this wine, so, and we're having a late dinner today, so I'll probably be a little loopy by the time I get off this thing if I finish that. Yes, my girl, one of my patron saints, Miss Fenty, hooked me up. This was my birthday gift to myself for my 30th birthday. It was this robe, and I love cats. I love big cats. I love domestic cats. And cats are a constant motif for me in my life. And, they make me feel powerful and very feminine, and I love that. And so I wear this shit all the time. I think my family's annoyed with seeing me in it. But it makes me feel good. It's a long robe. It makes me feel luxurious and sexy and powerful, but it's also really warm and comforting. It feels like I'm being swaddled all the time. I love when I just pull in the cat people. I just know how to sniff each other out. Like, we find each other. I love it. I have a dog. I do have a cat and I have a dog. I love my dog down, but she do be overwhelming me. She is a lot. My cat, sometimes I wonder if she likes me, but I know she likes me. So for our touch prompt, see, yeah. For our touch prompt, before I get sidetracked, I want you to, describe the texture and sensation of your favorite, your favorite object that you like. Whether it's a robe like this, a blanket, a piece of jewelry, whatever. It doesn't even have to be something that you wear, or, it could be something maybe you cook with, like a food object. I know some people like the touch of flour and stuff. Sand, I'm not Anakin. I don't hate sand, so I do like sand between my toes when I go to the beach. But I'd be interested to hear what y'all say. Leave those messages in the chat as well. Sean, what kind of dog do you have? Mine is a mutt. She's half husky, half Labrador retriever. Yeah, half lab. She a little big. Oh, Sean, how cute! My brother is obsessed with Jack Russells. They're adorable. And Mandy say, yeah, she's a little big, but she's not too overwhelming. I guess because she's female, so she is a little bit on the smaller side. But her paws are big AF. Like, yeah, she got a lot of energy. She's 3 years old, so she's still got a little bit of that puppy energy. Sean, how old is your dog? Yeah, the small dogs are always petty. They have such an attitude. 9, oh, sweet baby. They're always a baby, no matter how old they get. My cat just turned 8. Well, she's an old lady. And she's chunky. He says, I love touching the smoothness of wallpaper. The way the scissors glide through, making sure all the pieces are in the right places, excites multiple senses. The bumps, the straightening, the repositioning, and then the final touch to step back and admire the work. I love that, Denise. Do you create your own wallpaper? I have a dream of taking my designs and making them into wallpaper for my house. I've seen people on YouTube do it, and I'm like, that looks cool as fuck. Wallpaper is hard to put up. I did it in my room one time. Not the best job, but it got the job done. Sean, we love an old man baby dog. Never get old. Jackie says, I love to touch my hair when it's cut short. Yes! No, I love that. The way it feels soft as I rub my hands across it, and also the way it feels on my scalp puts me at ease. I love that. That's wonderful. I got complicated relationship with my hair. And I've never had short hair like that. I'm sure it's super cool and freeing to just feel the wind on your hair. Yeah, you look good. It's not a style that anybody can rock, right? You look good. I love that. Denise. Yes, you did do that. Absolutely. You're welcome, Jackie. That's cool, Denise. Don't be afraid of your greatness. I'm trying to do that. Like, I'm trying not to be afraid of my own greatness. It's holding me back. I don't want to be held back. Anybody else got any touch sensations they want to share? Otherwise, we can hit those parts and move on to our last one. Okay, perfect. I'm trying to find this one song. Awesome. I found it. Now it's perfect for this next prompt. All right. So we're going to talk about movement a little bit. Um, I do be dancing. I do be moving around. But I usually do it when I'm like in a good mood, but I'm trying to do it regardless of my mood because it's just good for your spirit and it's good exercise. Um, and so I want y'all to listen to this next song that I'm gonna play. And I have like a little prompt that states, what happens if you let your hips tell the story? If your hands paint in the air as you listen to this next song. I'm one of those people that will like overplay a song, and I'm refusing to overplay this song. It's such a vibe right now. Absolutely, Stephanie. Makes you feel so confident. I think I got a little shy with it. Shy about my dancing. Yes, I can't twerk. I can't twerk for shit. I don't have butt. I don't have an ass. But the other ways of me expressing myself through dance feel good too. I'm a huge rumba girl. I think because I'm of African descent, and Congolese music is pretty heavy on like rumba, and so I just got really comfortable with that kind of movement, and and I think it always felt as I got older and started going into my body and stuff. I'll notice how people would look at me, and it just felt like, a little sexual and whatever. Not that that's bad, but I just didn't want to be observed like that. So I'm embracing my inner sensuality through dance and through movement and empowering myself. What I love about this song is that it doesn't like stay the same the whole time. It starts kind of jazzy rumba, and then it gets a little trip hop. Yes, the drums. I'm dying to learn to play some drums. That'd be cool. But anything with a good drum beat, that's immediately starts getting moving. And yes, Mandy, so I'm gonna try to shake what I got. I'm learning how to move my body with what I've got. I love Megan Thee Stallion, but sometimes she makes me feel a type of way, not just the gay way, but I'm just like, damn, girl, must be nice. But I'm like, we're all built the way that we're supposed to be. I can't compare myself to her. It's fine. I'm fine the way that I am. And oh, thank you, Steph. Yeah. No, I really do sometimes be feeling the type of way about Meg. I'm like, it's fine. It's okay. It's okay. But I think we're ready to move on. We can move on. This ritual is a little more, I can't see y'all, so you do whatever feels good for you. Um, but my biggest thing, I not just to get look at her. She is so beautiful. It doesn't make any sense. And the fact that she's like not really hiding that she's probably also bi. Like, so you're telling me there's a chance? There's a chance. I'm not. It will never happen. She's hooked to Clay, but that's fine. Whatever. Have your light skin, man. It's fine. But, but I really want to take y'all through my favorite part. And then we're gonna wrap up after this because I don't want to take up too much of y'all's time. But my favorite, there. You know what? He can't fight. That old man, he can't fight. There is a chance. She sometimes I'm like, you're such a lover girl. It's low key a little embarrassing. Keep it tighten up, Meg. Lock in, all right? Can't be out here telling everybody all your business and being all men are not all men, but a lot of them are embarrassing. So hopefully he doesn't embarrass her, because I will ride that exactly. I'm gonna jump the fuck out of that light skinned nigga. Don't play about Meg. I don't play about my female black. We're not even gonna say female. Our rappers, because the men's rappers, we don't care about them. Yes, we ride at dawn, y'all. I'm telling you, she been through too much. I'm not letting this light skinned nigga play in her face. But she did get him looking right. He don't look as goofy no more. So that's good. She was like, own your melanin. We sure will ride the fuck at dawn. Yeah, you see me on a horse, wherever the hell they are at, and I'll be like, my queen, I'm here for you. What did this man do? Absolutely, 100%. I'm not playing. I love women so much. I love black women so much. I'm not gonna let these menzies be annoying. Oh, thank you. I always think I'm too much. I be saying ridiculous things, and my siblings are just like, here goes this bitch again with her ridiculousness. But you were talking to a man? Y'all, chat. Jackie was talking to a man. Just kidding. I hope it was a nice conversation and he didn't play in your face. Hi, Max. She out here ditching the girls for a man? Oh, Jackie, I missed your live earlier, I think on Tuesday. Was that after the chain dangling in your face weekend? I'd like to know if it was a successful weekend. Girl, I'm begging for a chain in my face. Begging. You see all these chains? I'll put my chain in his face. I don't care. I got a lot of chains. Cheap. Jackie, I'm hearing the streets are saying that you punked out. I was so ready to live vicariously through you, girl. But it'd be like that. It'd be like that, you know? It'd be like that. Damn. I was ready for the big stories. I love hearing my friends' host stories. I love hearing. Oh, okay. Okay. You're just kind of like, okay, on the nigga. And he's like, if I could marry you right now, I would. No. Yeah, it's gotta be equal, you know? After what you've been through. Me too. The smut article, I was like, refreshing, like, okay, you gonna tell us? Do I have to listen to some jazz or something while I'm listening to this? Like, it's happening. It's fine. Oh, okay. Yeah. Miscommunication. Denise. She's like, use them, abuse them, and lose them, bitch. Period. That's the energy I'm trying to muster up the courage for. But I realized, I was like, maybe I'm a little too demisexual for that, but I tried. It's fine. But those of you who can do that, kudos to you. Get some dick for me or some coochie. I don't care. Do it for me because it's not. Tell that nigga to pick up his feelings. But okay, all right. Let me. Yes, or some coochie. Oh, hey, hey. Women in your bed for some dick will always leave you happier than some dick in your bed. It's just how it is, man. Women, if you see women, I mean, some men's are they cute. Women, my God, yes, that yo, Shy, yes. I'm actually glad that we're all like this because you are allowed to be. Okay, we'll come back to this. Everybody who's new, jumped in. Hello, I'm Shannon. I write about sensuality. This live is a celebration of the launch of my ebook, Little Altars, Rituals for Sensual Living. Yes, what Stephanie said. I'm trying to teach y'all how to experience pleasure without a partner, aside from sex, or even with sex. That's coming up later. There's going to be another ebook, so stick around for that as well. But right now, we're in the building our pleasure altar phase. This is our last little part of the workshop. And so I want to walk you through the elements of building your pleasure altar. And so I want you to have something or multiple things symbolic of the five senses. And I like to include an extra one, our sixth sense, which is our imagination, our intuition, that deeper subconscious knowing. And whatever invokes those feelings for you that you want to see as you are thinking about your pleasure for the day or for that session. Um, so first, for me, I do have a pleasure altar. Hi. I do have a pleasure altar. It is, on my way out of the door, out of my room. So when I see it, I can remind myself to have a treat. So I have sometimes chocolate on the stand. I always have a candle on there. It's my favorite scent, vanilla. It makes me feel warm and cozy and embracing kind of the simplicity of life. And then I have dried flowers. That's a textual thing that I love. I love dried flowers and I just love the beauty of flowers in general. And so I want you to think about vanilla is so yummy. So sexy. It's like the base of like all of my favorite perfumes is vanilla. And another one is like musk. It's kind of a very clean scent. Yeah. Yeah, it's a pleasure altar. I want you to build your pleasure altar. It doesn't have to be an actual stand or table or anything. It can be, a little sachet. It can be, if you have like a little trunk, it can be portable and you can put all your favorite things in there. I have written an article about that as well, about building your pleasure altar. When I'm not living with family, I put my cannabis paraphernalia on there as well as something to kind of remind me to breathe and calm down, and kind of be able to vibrate within my body and feeling that deeper sense of pleasure in that way. I want you to just jot down some ideas of what you would ideally put on your pleasure altar, hitting each of those senses: your smell, sight, taste, touch, what you would hear, and, your imagination, your intuition. This is your pit stop for coming back to yourself, whether that is for self pleasure, that is a grounding post for after some intense emotions that you've had. I've done some rituals at my altar before, and that was incredibly healing. If you pull cards of any kind, doing any kind of ritual work in that way is a great spot to make that feeling, that experience feel good, because sometimes those feelings can be a bit much and heavy. Um, and you can also just use it just as a visual. It's just something to remind you of the pretty things that just make you feel good. I have things that are completely unrelated to my own self pleasure. I have Lego flowers that were a gift from my baby brother, and he always gets me these little things because they're cheap. And he knows I love flowers and I love Legos, so I get to have a little moment of, healing that inner child and building these tiny Legos and making flowers. And these little flower bouquets are really cute, and my favorite books and little Lego figurines and all these things. So it doesn't have to just be um, stuff through the senses. They can just be things that every time you see them, they just bring you a little smile. Yes, Legos for the win. They're so exciting. They're so fun. Yes, yes, Lego Revolution. I love Legos. We all love Legos. My parents were cool that way. When I was a kid, they didn't really care about all this gender stuff, so they got me like boy toys and stuff. So I have a huge soft spot for Legos. Um, you can change it up. That's actually a great question, Denise, and I've thought about it. This one is kind of a year-round altar, but you're definitely free to change it up with the seasons. I think that's a wonderful idea that I can honestly admit that I didn't really think about. But I have thought about other seasonal rituals that I'm excited to drop and talk about. So we're having a moment. Um, but I think that's a great idea for right now, since we're getting into spring, to not to be Devil Wears Prada florals for spring, but seriously, putting flowers, inviting new beginnings. Um, yes, especially you, Stephanie. You have access to all the beautiful things in the flora and fauna space. So and one thing I want to mention about your altars: please don't share them. I know that we love to share our stuff, but I think this should be something just for you. It's very personal. It's not like a kind of like a remembrance altar. I know people do that for loved ones who've passed on, but I want you to keep this to yourself. I deeply believe, I think all of us who are here, we believe in energy work and energy suckers and all that stuff. And we just don't want to invoke bad vibes and anybody judging what we put on our altars. Um, but you can share with each other, but what you put there. But I don't want to see it. Keep it sacred. Keep it to yourself. This is for you and you alone. And if you stick around, as I keep going on this journey, I'm going to also teach you how to build your other pleasure altar. So your altar to your sexual self, your erotic self. Ah, what's Jackie saying? Absolutely, I love that. Yep, the sound bowls are a great one. Mine is like my speakers, or it can be your favorite CD if you still have those, um, or vinyl. I used to do vinyls when I was in my old apartment. Intimately discreet. Yes, exactly, Denise. I love that. 100% Mandy saying. Ooh, I love that idea, Steph. A picture of yourself. I think that's a wonderful idea, especially for those of us who may have a hard time um, looking at ourselves in photographs. I think finding one picture that you think that you're so beautiful, you're so fine, and that day that felt really good is a great idea to put on your altar to just remind you that this is for you, and this is to invoke that feeling every day or every time you work with that altar. I love that you have an altar to your dad, Jackie. That's beautiful. And his memory will always be a blessing because of it. It's the hard part about getting older. I'm terrified. Like, I don't even want to think about that. I send so much love to all those of y'all who have lost a parent or somebody who is like a parent to you. Um, it's it's a tragedy. It's a pain that I don't want to even think about right now. As somebody who's lost other family members I was close with and friends, didn't even make it to like our 20s or 30s and stuff. Yeah, I just mentally I can't process it. So I'm sending you all of the love and support. So that's not a pain that ever really leaves. But what is lost but love with nowhere to go? Right? Anybody else want to share a little bit about what could possibly be on their altar? The alignment is aligning. Yeah, yeah, Denise. As I get older and my parents get older, I just keep going like, I let the little things that they do annoy me because I'm just like, one day it's not going to be here and I'll be so devastated. So, I'm going to cherish this moment. And like Jackie's saying, like, it changes you because I think it makes you more appreciative of life and those of us, the people around us that we love, and we want to show up as much as we can. I think that's a wonderful way to look at the life cycle and treasuring what we have right now. I think that's why I get so pissed off about what happens in the world, because I'm just like, life is so fragile, and this is what we want to do with this? Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? Like, I don't understand it. Like, we could be kikiing and eating fruit and doing other stupid shit, but this is what we're doing. Whack. All right, what else do I have? I think we're about ready to wrap up. I want to give you a parting. I had to unsubscribe from the New York Times. First of all, they're full of shit, and then all that. Yeah, Denise. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, but just embracing the moment. I think that's why for me also, like, as somebody who gives so much emotionally to my family, I want to have times for myself that are pleasurable, or at least finding, pleasure in the little things, whether it's the stuff that I consume, whether I'm watching something or I'm eating something, listening to music. My shower is a whole ritual. It's like whole thing. Like, I want to make sure that I'm good before I start trying to make sure that everybody else is good. And I even try to encourage, like, especially women, like my mom, be like, take care of you first. Like, we're okay. Like, we got it. Like, you can do things for yourself now. We're not itty bitty anymore. Um, yeah, you're right, Randy. So I'm not good with grief. Oh, I've learned I'm not good with grief. I'm trying to get a little bit better. You know, it is what it is. Yes, ritualizing your life. Um, yeah, my pre-shower, during the shower, post-shower ritual. Trying to get ready for bed, ritual. My morning wake up, ritual. Everything. It just makes me feel good and present in my life. Like today, I kind of skipped it. I woke up. I made the mistake of reading my email. Got pissed off, and that funk just traveled with me most of the day. Like I don't like that. Don't do that. Don't open your email. Don't answer your phone first thing in the morning. I usually I get up, try to avoid my phone, or if I have to open my phone, it's music, a brain game, something to wake me up, but nothing stressful. Get up. I still get to wear whatever robe I have, make a coffee. I don't be talking in the morning. I don't like people be talking to me. Just keeping it chill and intentional and allowing myself to kind of just wake up slowly, and then I can be a person. But I used to work in politics and political consulting, and it is go, 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 go from the minute that you wake up. Wake up with the news, you go to bed with the news, rinse, wash, repeat. And it's really straining. And so I think that's why I came up with all this stuff, to make sure that I slow down for myself, I find pleasure for myself, and, I'm excited to help other people to find pleasure in their everyday life for themselves. And with the next ebook, I'm finding pleasure with their sexual self, by themselves. Jackie says she used to. I used to write about romanticizing my life a lot, and now I feel like that's what I get to leave. So I love this. Yes, you really do. When I see your pictures of just like your life in Oakland, it's so beautiful, and I love that for you. And I'm working hard to get to that place for myself as well, where I wake up in the place I've always dreamed of, and I feel good. I feel okay. It may not always be perfect. Life gets in the way, but it's still good, and I'm happy and grateful for that. Um, I'm so glad this is resonating with you, Stephanie. Yeah, I was so scared to do all of this, and I'm really happy that people are starting to respond to it. I'm like, okay, so I'm not crazy. Okay, I'm coming. I think I'm touching on something. That's good. Yeah, doing it scared. I'm an anxious person, but I'm trying to move past it and be like, this is just your subconscious and old stuff, old people, people's things telling you that, like, you can't do it or you shouldn't do it because people are gonna see you and they're gonna judge you, and you're not gonna be able to do this, and that's not sustainable. And it's just like, I've done things the safe way, and it hasn't been sustainable. And I've been more miserable in my life than I ever could imagine. And now I'm doing this, and I was scared to start, but I'm happy to be here. It's exciting. It's fun. I'm a yapper, so I guess I gotta do some yapping. Um, um, Andy, so thank you so much. Yeah, my thoughts are, they're liars. There are absolute lards. I I don't know why I be listening to them. I don't know, but I told myself at the beginning of this year, this is my year of trying to be a little fearless, trying to just go for it. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, I did it. You know. Yeah, Jackie, my underarms, not only just because this thing is really warm and I'm in a small space, but the nerves, yeah. I was one of those kids who was like, I'm nervous. I need a new shirt. Like, and stomach aches, but so far, no tummy aches, so that's good. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Nancy. And oh, thank you. Thank you, Steph. The ebook is out actually. I This is another learning curve, is learning how to promote my stuff and pitch my stuff and be like, come buy this thing. I'm really weird about it. I'm like, strange about it. So I'm trying to be more fearless about asking for what I want and offering things to people. Um, that you're able to get it. So I will repost, or I will actually make a better post just for little altars and directing y'all where you can get that. Um, and so I'll let you guys know after the live, but it's only $10. It's a lot of pages. It's like 30 pages, but it's, ebook. Um, and I will email it. Oh yeah, that's a great idea, Jackie. Thank you. See, Jackie be helping me figure out all this stuff. I was in her Substack 101, and that was super helpful. And I'm still, trying to figure out how this works best for me. And but I really appreciate you extending your knowledge back to the community. Um, but I do want to leave y'all with a closing prompt, and I wanted to ask y'all and to let you guys reflect on, how did play shift your mood today? How did play shift my mood today? And how can I bring this back into my week? So I'll say that again. How did play shift my mood today? How can I bring this back into my week? Yes, Jackie. Jackie's great. you know, Not everybody may agree with you on your path, but I think, you know, that's just part of the deal, right? Being on your path, not everybody's gonna fucking agree with you, and you're not here to please everybody. And I think that's a part of myself that I shut down for a long time, was trying to be palatable to everybody. And you saw a little bit of my personality. I'm a bit, extra. And perhaps if you get me going on some other things, you're going to see that I'm pretty feisty and I can be kind of a bitch. But for a good reason. Because I care so much about people as, somebody who's fucking marginalized. So I give a shit. And that means I'm not going to mince my words about stuff. Because why should I? Um, and so it's cool to go on this journey and weed out the shitty people. That's motherfucking right. Yeah. Yeah. I love that. Yay! Pleasure altars for everybody. Right. If motherfuckers don't like me, and if I don't like it, then why the fuck am I doing it? You know? And if a motherfucker doesn't like me, there are gonna be other people who do. I know they do. So I'm not gonna lose sleep over it. I just wanna wrap this up. Isn't it good? Oh my gosh. So good. I'm so excited to share this playlist with y'all. Music is like on all the time for me. So I want to make sure that I put y'all onto some cool stuff and some more writing and studying music if you do that. Oh, thank you. I really sat there. I didn't have access to my headphones, so I was like on this phone while my other phone was charging and be like, is that a song that I want to put on playlist? Yes. No, fuck that. You know, just like the whole time. Um, yeah. I'm glad y'all like it. I'm very picky about my music. Ooh, roller skates. I love that. I do need to get a pair of skates. I want to get so good that I can be, be dancing like everybody else does. I'll be so annoying. Oh, thank you, Denise. Oh, I'll cry off of the live. I almost, low key, I almost like pulled the plug on this. I was like, I can't do it. I can't do it today. I'm in a funk. And I was like, no, show up. You have to show up. You have to show up even when you don't feel like it. So I'm really glad that I did. Steph, please don't bust your ass. None of us can help you here if you bust your ass. But I want to end with a lasting thought that my senses are my doorway to creativity. You know? Our senses are the doorway to our creativity. If we just take a moment to sit and pay attention to what feels good to our senses, we'll be able to create from that space because we'll feel safe. Yeah, Sean, I did hit my goal. I hit my goal. Shut up. He's holding me accountable in the... It's so aggravating. But that's what family do. They aggravate you. They aggravate you. Yes, run me my points, bestie. I love it. I really appreciate y'all pulling up. I'm so happy. Thank you for showing up and holding me accountable, and participating and being such good sports with me kind of figuring out my way through this. I'm excited. Yes, we love affirmations here. Our senses are the doorway to our creativity. And I'll keep telling myself that too, to pay attention to what feels good and create from that space. And I will be doing this more. I have so many wonderful ideas for how this is gonna go. Yeah, I think I should lock in the Friday spot, the Friday 8 p.m. spot, right? I wanted to call it like the after hours or something. I'll figure out a fun name for this spot. And I'll figure out how we want to do this. We want to practice a ritual. Do we want to just vibe like for 30 minutes, just kiki and shoot the shit? Because we didn't get to the everybody needs to be cracked. So maybe we'll talk about that next week. Ooh, yes. Spring, the babies are coming out, flowers are coming out. We talk about getting our shit cracked and, how we can do that for ourselves, but also just other ways that our spirit feels like it's orgasmic. So this is what. Yes. Afterglow is, it is. It is part of it. That was the point. The ink was, my writing. The afterglow was, the good feeling I feel, kind of equating that to the post-orgasm glow after I do write and I actually press publish. Um, Spring is crack season. I always feel a little nutty around spring and into summer. And I live in the South, so the heat makes me feel a little extra crazy. So, I think that's a great topic for next week. We can shoot the shit about, but also talk about some rituals and some ways we could do that. Sean, you the one who said it. Okay, wait, no, it was I think it was Denise who talks about needing to be pranked, but yeah, Sean, don't lie. Don't act like you don't. Or doing some kind. You know what? I'm not gonna say no more. Look at that. I didn't even get drunk on live. Good on me. Good on me. But anyway, thank you so much, everybody, for showing up this evening. No matter where you are, I loved you being here. Sean, yes. Thank you, Jackie. Um, and see, Sean, I didn't want to say it. I was like, let me not. That's none of my business. I'm a Sagittarius, so I'll be flipping. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Thank you so much, Mantisa, Jackie, Stephanie, everybody who's in here, um, for being here with me and enjoying this moment, this night. I will make sure that I post the replay probably tomorrow. I think we're gonna just wind down for tonight, and I will also get all that information about where you can get the ebook soon as well. Between probably tomorrow, and just do that all that tomorrow. So yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. Keep the pink light? Okay, cool. I was a little overwhelmed. I was like, are y'all gonna like that? Is that too weird? Maybe that's weird. I don't know, but I like it and keeps me calm, and I'm glad y'all like it. But please enjoy the rest of your night. Please be safe wherever y'all are at. And I'll see you guys later. Yes, Jackie, I might actually need your help with that, so I'll try to message you early tomorrow morning about it if I can't figure it out. But thank you so much, guys, for your support. And I want to extend an extra thank you for Jackie for creating this community of Black Stack and welcoming me in and um, you know just allowing me to be myself. I think for so long I've been kind of struggling to find my people, and so I'm glad to have found my people, and um, I'm so glad. I'm so happy y'all are able to show up for me as well, and we all keep showing up for one another. That's how we build this thing. All right, got it, Jackie. I got it. All right, have a good night. I'm not gonna keep y'all here forever. I can talk forever, so I'm gonna shut it down. Jackie, that's why the spirits were moving through you the other day. They move through you hard because this is what you're supposed to do. And it gives us the courage to show up and be ourselves and find community because we desperately need that right now. Because I can't do it sometimes. And it's nice to have a grounding place and we can joke around. It's just like family reunion with the cousins, and you're just kikiing over there and being ridiculous. Um, so I love it. I love it. I love y'all. Thank you so much, y'all. Love y'all big. Mwah. I shall see you tomorrow, and whenever else we come into contact. All right. Good night, everybody.